Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Parissa. As autumn is approaching us and we are reaching new beginnings because it is the month of September, I thought I would do a video all about autumn flowers that you can use in your autumn flower arrangements. And because I am admittedly getting into the autumn mood, these are my top flowers that I recommend that you use in your autumn flower arrangement. I never thought that I'd be looking forward to autumn because summer is my favourite season. I think we would all agree that autumn flowers are so alluring and that they should play a part in our life in autumn. The popular autumn colour palette consists of oranges, reds and yellows, but if you want to go for more of a daring autumnal colour palette, you could try mixing and matching or just using a few of these different colours, or creams, maroons, light pinks, dark greens and even blues. I recommend flower arranging as an activity to relax you, for you to style your tablescape and for you to express your creativity. If you haven't heard of tablescaping before, then that is where you arrange a tabletop in a specific way to convey a experience, a mood. First flower that I'm going to be talking about that you can use in your autumn flower arrangements is of course the sunflower, and the sunflower is just perfect for any of your autumnal flower arrangements because it's so bright and it's definitely going to cheer someone up on a rainy or hazy day. The great thing about sunflowers is that if you live in the UK like me, then you can make sure that you get sunflowers that are grown in the UK so that they are local and sustainable, or you could potentially grow your own sunflowers, which is just amazing. And sunflowers are actually considered a autumn flower as well as a summer flower because they do bloom up until late September. So when we are just approaching this transition between summer and autumn, the sunflower right now is the flower that you need to have in your autumnal arrangement. The next flower that I'm going to be talking about is the Aster. And the Aster is another flower that's really good to use for your early autumn arrangements because it will bloom up until late September. For example, an arrangement idea that you could use is you could pair the Aster with some sunflowers and some dark green foliage, and that will just look perfect together as a bouquet or in a vase arrangement. You know, just imagine that arranged on your tablescape. It would just look so nice. An interesting fact about the Aster is that it is actually the September birth flower, so if you do know someone who has a birthday in September, then you should definitely consider gifting them an Aster. The third flower that I'm going to be talking about is the anemone, and this is another flower that you should be using in your early autumn flower arrangements, and that's because this flower also blooms up until late September. You can pop your anemones in a vase, you can pop them in your garden, or you can even have them arranged in a bouquet, and you can pair them with other flowers or on their own. The options really are endless. There is quite a large variety of autumnal anemone colours that you can choose from. For example, purple, white, blue and pink. If you're going for a bit more of a bold autumnal colour palette with your bouquet or your garden, then you should definitely consider trying some of these more bold colours, which will make your garden perhaps be a bit more eye-catching. The next autumn flower that I'm going to be talking about is the Kinfophia, and you may not have heard of this flower before. This is another flower that you should be using in your early autumn flower arrangements. This flower will be able to be in your flower arrangements from September until October, so they do last a lot longer than the previous flowers that I've just spoken about. If you're looking to make your arrangement stand out, this is the flower that you need in your arrangement because of the shape and the colours that this flower has. This flower is also known as the torch lily and the red hot poker, so it's definitely known for making a bit more of a fiery, bold impression in people's arrangements. These flowers are just flawless for autumn because they ombre from yellow to orange to red, so you know, you just get those beautiful transitions of colours, and then all because it's pointed as well, it kind of gives that impression of like fire. The colours really are just so cool for autumn. So with these flowers you could arrange them on their own in a vase or in a bouquet, but you could also pair them with, for example, anemones with complementary shades like blues and purples. This would provide more of an eye-catching effect. Kinfophia represents good fortune and good luck, so if you are close to someone, then you should definitely give them a Kinfophia. The fifth flower that I'm going to be talking about to use in your autumn arrangements is the Dahlia, and some people may not know that the Dahlia does actually bloom from June until early December. So, you know, many people think that dahlias are only a flower that you can have during summer. There are also so many different dahlia colour options. You could go for reds, oranges, yellow. The dahlias come in lots of different textures and shapes. Some dahlias have fanned out petal layers, and then there's also the ball-shaped dahlias. Another really good thing is that if you live in the UK, then you can grow dahlias in the UK. So, you know, you could grow them yourself, buy them locally. I always recommend buying your flowers that are locally sourced because it's more sustainable, as if you get flowers from the supermarket, they are more likely to have a really high carbon footprint. I was influenced by Shane Connolly, who wrote an article in the Forbes about how you should be using flowers that are green and sustainable in your flower arrangement. So I do recommend checking out that article that's written in Forbes. You know, if you just search Shane Connolly sustainable flowers article, it should come up, and it's a really good read if you're interested in sustainable floristry. Next flower that I'm going to be talking about is the Celosia, and this flower is incredibly soft. These flowers are very eye-catching. If you're looking to spice up your autumn flower arrangements, then the Celosia does come in maroon colours and also really nice orange colours, so you should definitely check those out. The next flower I'm going to be talking about is the Chinese lantern flowers, and you may not have heard of these before, but these are really interesting flowers that look like mini pumpkins. These are just what you should be using for your Halloween flower arrangements. Definitely recommend using them for your Halloween flower arrangement. You could arrange these flowers on a mantelpiece, on a tablescape, you could arrange them in a vase. You know, you could completely decorate your house in these flowers for Halloween, and I'm sure many people will be asking, what are these flowers? Because they do literally look like mini pumpkins. You could even arrange the Chinese lanterns in a wreath, and then you could put it on your door for Halloween, and I'm sure it would just look very beautiful. The next autumn flower that I'm going to be talking about is the Chrysanthemum, and this will add a lot of flair to your autumn flower arrangement. The Chrysanthemum autumn colours that you should be using in your arrangements are orange, burgundy and yellow. Not only can you benefit from the absolute beauty of the chrysanthemums in your autumn arrangements, but they will provide you with health benefits as well. For example, you could take chrysanthemum tea, and that is said to reduce blood pressure and act as an anti-inflammatory. That brings me on to the last flower that I'm going to be talking about, and that is the Ornamental Cabbages. Essentially, these flowers are leafy greens with a pink or white centre, so they're extremely unique. So throughout the autumn season, you could be using Ornamental Cabbages. Because these flowers do grow on long stems, that means that you can use them on their own, or you could bunch them together as a bouquet with lots of other different flowers. If you're going to be using the Ornamental Cabbages in your arrangements, I would recommend potentially pairing them with some dark green foliage or some Gypsophilia, and it will really look so autumnal. You know, just thinking about it right now, I'm ready for autumn now. You know, I'm ready to start making my autumn flower arrangements, experimenting with different flowers. I'm really looking forward to autumn. If you like this video, then you may want to check out the video that I did about 10 flower arranging hacks.